I have to admit that TVs as a product category are becoming increasingly interesting to test because the level of performance and features they offer keeps improving, meaning consumers are constantly getting more for less money. This applies across all price ranges, but it's especially interesting to follow the progress in the mid-range segment, where devices are truly accessible to the broadest group of users. Today we're testing a TV positioned in the upper mid-range, but one that also delivers plenty of advanced capabilities for the price, an interesting choice for anyone who wants a really good TV without spending a lot. We're talking about the Philips 65MLED920, a 65-inch mini LED TV with quantum dot, local dimming, excellent gaming capabilities, Ambilight, and a few other interesting additions. Let's take a closer look at what it offers. In terms of design, the Philips MLED920 shares some similarities with the recently tested PUS 8400, which also left a good impression. But this model feels even more refined in certain aspects. Viewed from the front, you'll notice the narrow black margin of around 7mm on all sides and a compact bottom bezel, which keeps the focus firmly on the content. The panel frame is just 1mm thick, a piece of pressed metal forming the back and sides of the TV, with the panel fitted in from the front. It's a design that combines firmness, clean look, and an overall impression of quality. The stand also follows a minimalist approach. It consists of two pairs of feet extending front and back, and unlike more affordable models, these are made of well-finished steel with rounded edges, giving a noticeably better impression both visually and in terms of stability. The feet also support plastic clips for cable management. On the back, along the edges, we find the Ambilight lighting spread across the top and sides. More on that later. Most of the lower half of the rear section is dedicated to the electronics enclosure, which houses two sets of ports. The smaller one on the left includes two USB ports, one with 500 mAh and one with 900 mAh of power for external drives, plus a CI+ slot. The larger section on the bottom houses the remaining ports, antenna and satellite inputs, a LAN port, optical audio out, and 4 HDMI 2.1 ports with full feature support such as VRR, ALLM, and EARC. The Philips MLED920 supports 4K input at up to 144 Hz, and with AMD FreeSync Premium it offers a great big screen gaming experience with a solid response time for a VA panel. Philips also includes useful additional gaming options via a special menu accessible when you enable game modes. It displays connection information, resolution, FPS indicator, and even a crosshair overlay with a customizable shape, size, line thickness, and color. The shadow filter option raises shadow detail for better visibility, while the color filter works in combination with the crosshair, removing certain colors from the scene to make fast-paced action easier to follow. With very low latency through HDR display and Ambilight, we'd say gaming on the MLED920 is excellent for a non-OLED TV. Speaking of Ambilight, this is a three-sided implementation of the technology exclusive to Philips TVs, projecting colored light behind the TV to mirror screen content, follow audio, or simply act as ambient lighting. Compared to the PUS 8400, the MLED920 uses more LEDs, 12 along each side and 24 across the top. This allows for higher light resolution and a stronger overall impact with noticeably brighter output. Ambilight genuinely enhances immersion, making you feel like the content extends into the room, equally great for movies and gaming. When you're not actively watching the TV, Ambilight can serve as ambient lighting in a static color or dynamic light that simulates effects like a fireplace, for instance. There's even an alarm feature where the TV can wake you with a combination of light, soft audio, and a weather forecast display. Compared to the 8 series, the 9 series brings two extra Ambilight modes: Aurora, similar to ambient modes on competing TVs displaying still or animated artwork with accompanying light and sound, and Ambiscape, which allows pairing external smart bulbs around the room, including those from Philips and IKEA, for a fully immersive light setup. If I owned a Philips TV, this is definitely something I would get, as it can truly change the atmosphere in the room. Of course, lighting is just a bonus. The main reason to buy a TV is picture quality, and the Philips MLED920 certainly delivers there as well. It uses a 10-bit VA panel with a quantum dot filter, delivering vibrant, visually engaging color reproduction typical of this technology, with average VA viewing angles and a good uniformity. Color coverage was measured at 90.5% of DCI-P3, and the movie mode showed the most accurate color display with a delta E deviation of 4.4. While factory calibration isn't on the level we saw from the PUS 8400, the MLED920 does support official Kalman calibration with a dedicated mode, great for those wanting professional-grade accuracy. Alongside Quantum Dot, the TV also features mini-LED panel backlight with local dimming, something not very common at this price point. While Philips doesn't specify the number of dimming zones, our testing found a 15x12 layout, about 180 zones in total. This means dimming precision won't match high-end mini-LED models with far more zones, but it still offers a meaningful upgrade over TVs with no local dimming capabilities. Some blooming will be visible around bright objects on dark backgrounds, like subtitles, but we'd say not enough to detract from an overall good experience. The VA panel's native high contrast also helps. We measured 7500 to 1 on a checkerboard pattern with a field the size of our calibration device, which was still with a bit of help from local dimming. In such a setting, black levels ranged from 0.021 to 0.079 nits, which is quite respectable. On a wider field, the TV is able to completely shut off the backlight and achieve a true black. Peak brightness surprised us at 1126 nits, which combined with local dimming makes the MLED920 capable of delivering a proper HDR display. In fact, we'd argue it offers one of the best HDR experiences in its price class. A thing to note though, to unlock full brightness capability you'll need to manually enable HDR tone mapping in settings, otherwise HDR brightness will be capped at around 530 nits. The latest 7th Gen Philips P5 Perfect Picture engine handles contrast enhancement, lighting and tone mapping, color optimization, detail sharpening, and even offers a guided setup wizard to help users tune visualizations to their preference. Compared to the lower 8 series, this model includes full MEMC motion handling for improving 24 FPS film playback. Several presets balance smoothness and stutter reduction, but even the smooth mode avoids excessive soap opera effect. It may not be the best implementation we've seen, but definitely a solid performer that rounds out the already strong visual feature set. Audio is another important part of the viewing experience, and we'd say the sound quality here is also above average. Bass doesn't reach deep, roughly down to about 50 Hz, with volume dropping below 80 Hz, but the overall presentation is convincing and well balanced. Processing plays a major role with audio as well, with several sound profiles tailored to content types, an AI mode that adapts in real time, and a custom mode with 4-band EQ, bass and voice enhancement, plus Dolby Atmos support and a surprisingly good spatial effect considering the 4-speaker 10-watt system. The TV also supports DTS Play 5 wireless audio streaming and automatic room calibration using the microphone built into the remote control. In terms of smart features, Titan OS powers this model, offering practically everything most users will need in everyday use. All major streaming services, casting image and sound from mobile devices, smart home integration, and a handful of useful apps and games. The selection isn't as wide as Google TV, Tizen or WebOS, but it covers all the essentials. The interface is easy to navigate, responsive, and cleanly laid out. The Home tab offers installed apps and streaming platform recommendations. The Apps tab leads to the App Store, while the Free tab offers video content available through Plex. New here compared to the 8 series is the Gaming tab, in which you can pair up to 4 controllers and play a large selection of arcade and PC games via CouchPlay, Boostroid and Blacknut Cloud's gaming services. The included remote is well designed, a comfortable shape with sharp edges, tactile buttons with short travel and precise feedback, and backlighting on key buttons. Volume and channel controls can be clicked or pushed up-down, and a mode switch button can reveal a numpad and media controls. There's also quick access buttons for Ambilight modes, popular streaming services, and Alexa voice control. Overall, the Philips 65MLED920 is a well-rounded TV offering a strong blend of advanced picture technology, very good audio, practical smart features, and of course the unique advantage of Ambilight. All at a price of around €850 for a 65-inch model, making it a compelling choice. Those were our impressions, but we're looking forward to hearing yours in comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and maybe consider subscribing to our channel for more interesting tech content. You were watching Bench House, my name is Ivan, and I'll see you next time.